Well, I'm joined now by Rudik. She's a member of the Ukrainian Parliament. She's leader of the political party Holos in Kyiv. Kira, it's good to have you back on the program. You know, we're talking about this conference that's taking place here in Berlin about reconstruction. And I mean, that it's personal for you, right? Because you were telling me that you're actually in the middle of a power outage in Kyiv right now.
Hello, Brent. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, indeed. Same as many of my fellow Ukrainians throughout the country right now, we are experiencing energy outages. We have been experiencing them for a month right now since Russian brutal attacks destroyed the majority of our energy production. And as of right now, there is no quick fix for that, and we can only rely on our partners to provide additional defense for us and provide additional capacities of energy so that we can survive through the summer, but most important, that we can survive through the winter.
And you and I were able to talk tonight, you were telling me, because you've got a diesel generator giving you electricity right now, right?
Right. It's actually not something that every Ukrainian can have, but because I'm living in the home, I can have diesel generator and have some support for my internet and for some lights. But actually, it's very tough everywhere, and we are only purchasing diesel generators for hospitals and kindergartens to make sure that our critical infrastructure still has an ability to get electricity when needed.
You know, and considering the realities that you and your fellow Ukrainians are facing, I want to ask you about something that happened here today in Berlin. A sizable number of lawmakers from the far right and the populist left, they boycotted the speech that was given by your president, President Zeleneskyy, today in front of the German parliament. And they even said that Zeleneskyy is a beggar asking for weapons and welfare. What do you think when you hear comments like that?
Well, you know, I'm an oppositional party leader, and I can tell you more than anyone that president is a legitimate one, and we have heard Russian narratives trying to diminish him and trying to break our unity that we have had since the beginning of the full-scale invasion. We as a country have one goal: to survive and to win the war. And for that, we have one president, and it is Volodymyr Zeleneskyy, and he is representing our country right now in Berlin. I want to make it very clear that political ambitions right now do not matter for us. We need to get through this very simple thing, to stay alive, to have ability to defend our homes, and to have ability to provide to our people. And this is why it's very upsetting when we hear about such things from fellow lawmakers from Germany. Yeah. We know that Germans mostly support us, and we hope that lawmakers represent people who support us.
Kira, Germany is a major weapons supplier to Ukraine now. Do you have any reason to think that that could change?
You know, we have gone through, since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, through many no's from many of our allies. But right now, we think we are at the point where we can get long-term trust and long-term agreements on getting us the necessary weapons, ammunition, and we see from Germany that this is what's going to happen. We have a security agreement, and we hope that certain political changes that may happen, that it wouldn't influence ability to support Ukraine in our fight. At least this is our high hopes.
Kira, you and I, we've spoken many times. We've talked about your hopes of your country joining the European Union. Eurosceptic political parties, far-right parties, they are gaining ground in France, Italy, Austria, and here in Germany. The original core of the European Union is now home to political forces that think that the EU is part of the problem, not the solution. I know you've dedicated your political career to anchoring Ukraine firmly in the West, hopefully in the EU. What goes through your mind when you see what is happening right here?
I think people are scared. They do not have a good solution to the questions like security and future. And I think it's very important to operate with the facts when you are talking to people and when you're building your political career. Again, here in Ukraine, we are the living proof of the importance of the unity, and that you can only fight for your future and see any kind of future if you are surrounded by the allies and if you are acting together. And I want everyone who is concerned, who is afraid, to hear this. We here are saying that you can only survive if you're acting together. So let's stay together, figure out the issues that may arise, but move forward together. I don't see any other way.